What about the world right now has you the most worried? And what about the world right now has you the most optimistic?
What has me most optimistic first is the people. The people are starting to wake up. To see the young people getting involved and not just towing the party line.
Yes.
That's what's scary. And the scary thing to me is loyalty to party and no facts to base it.
Just blind loyalty to anything is scary.
Yeah. I've never seen an administration push this hard to reverse like the Civil War.
Right.
All of the race stuff and all of that. As hard as, and to talk about the music side of it, as hard as we worked in hip hop and the culture for acceptance on mass appeal, just seeing that,
Right.
And with talking to my grandma about women's rights and all of that kind of stuff. When we very first got to Louisiana, we pulled into the driveway and she said, "Let me out." And it was a dirt road. And I was like, "It's a dirt road. And she was like, no, Bams drove the car up, and she sat there in a wheelchair and she goes, "Sweetheart, who would have thought little baby Ree would own all this land? When I left here, women couldn't own land. We were property."
Crazy.
And that really that's what you work so hard for. You know what I mean? So I can only imagine what she would think right now.
Right.
With the reversing of the civil rights and just all of it. It's just, it's scary, man.
I think it's like there's 30 things, but to me, like the awakening of, I would say like the foreign control of our government from Israel is like finally like people are starting to like this Jennifer Welch chick. Do you know who that is?
No,
she's the blonde podcaster chick who interviewed Cory Booker, and she took him to town, but she literally was like, if you take wake up Democratic Party, if you are mad because Zoran and AOC and Bernie have all this energy, maybe you're the problem. Like, wake up. If you're taking AIPAC money, you're she said, you're Benjamin Netanyahu's bitch, and we're not voting for you. And then I don't know if you saw, there was like more of like a centrist Democrat guy. I forget where he's from. I think he was a senator, but he returned all his AIPAC money.
Yeah.
But I think there's that, which obviously goes into the fact that, there has been a ethnic cleansing and genocide of an entire people, and it's continuing to happen. This same country has, with our assistance, overthrown the Syrian government and put former ISIS operative as the president.
Well, and you look at Hamas. Like, if you look at Hamas and how it was funded,
through proxies, through Israel, through Egypt, yes.
Well, and let's go back to the Kennedy assassination.
Right.
Okay. Since then, there's been a very slow and deliberate takeover of American democracy.
100%.
And
it's been like a drip, like IV drip.
Yeah. And now we're at 80% of the Senate and 80% of the Senate and the Congress supports Israel almost, if not more,
right,
than the United
States. Yeah,
and a lot of people, even on the cabinet, with dual citizenships, and
that's the shit that's wild to me. Is like, you got like a guy like Josh Shapiro, who wanted, obviously he's got presidential aspirations, and I'm like, buddy, you fucking served in the IDF. That's a foreign military. It's kind of interesting. Like, it's a conversation to have.
There's a lot of conflicts of interest.
Yes.
Let's just say
But I think there's that. And obviously, to me, like the biggest, just humanitarian thing that we've ever seen is, as long as I'm alive, at least, I obviously wasn't around in World War II. With what's happening in Gaza, the ceasefire obviously was not a real ceasefire. They killed 100 people in Gaza yesterday.
That was a play to get your hostages back.
And then there's that thing. Then there's the ICE thing. ICE is the most, this big, beautiful bill, which was horseshit.
And SNAP benefits. I don't know when this airs.
Well, I was going to say, then there's that. The SNAP benefits are about to come up, but it's like, there's like this hyper militarization of our country, of the surveillance state. You get into Palantir, you get into Peter Thiel, and
and we're sending red National Guard troops.
Yeah, people
to
from
blue states.
red states to it is interesting.
It's a setup for a civil war.
Yes.
And I heard someone say, I forgot where it was, but I saw them talking about white being the minority and how that scared so many people. And when Obama became president,
what's that great replacement theory bullshit?
Yeah. But anyways,
it's interesting though, because then you have like, and like you said, there's people on both sides who have had to have been shaken up a little. And I think there was a lot of people on the left who sat the election out, voted green, or protest voted because they were tired of the same old shit, you know?
I switched my party. I was a Democrat for years and years.
My whole entire life?
And I went independent.
I'm independent.
I just 100%. Said I'm good from both of you.
And then you'll see people you're like, wait a minute. Marjorie Taylor Greene and I agree on a lot of stuff all of a sudden?
Well, and
what the fuck?
The thing that got me was you ran on a platform of Epstein and Deep State, and yet the Deep State is all standing right behind you when you get sworn in.
And it's like kind of like a new, it's like almost like, obviously when you got Marco Rubio and you got Stephen Miller and you got guys like that, and what's the fucking dude with the slick back hair that's balding that's always standing behind him like this? Fuck. Lutnick? Is it Lutnick?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. But then the new Deep State, low key, is like these tech dudes. Like Peter Thiel is like,
but they're the same.
It's
all from the same
right.
80%.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
and a lot of those guys who donated to this new ballroom bunker bullshit were the same guys who were donating to Joe Biden.
But that's what I'm saying is people are starting to wake up to the fact that it's the same bird, same shit, different wing.
Yeah, I think that when, you know, and I obviously don't agree with Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens on everything, but I at least
Candace in fire right now.
She's cooking, but I can at least respect the fact that they have beliefs and morals that they don't budge on.
Well, you're not going to get that in media today. I mean, if you really look at it.
As opposed to, you know, somebody who's not with us anymore, kind of felt like, you know, he was very much towing the line of whatever the administration would want.
True.
You know, and I'd be like, oh, this guy's just a shill. Like, you know, like.
Well, you start to realize how media has evolved into becoming the shill. Right. You know what I mean? Like, 8 people, 10 people control 90%, 98%
well, yeah, the Ellisons,
of the media. Yeah. Fox, Murdoch.
Rupert Murdoch and
now Google and TikTok and Paramount.
It's a scary place, man. And it's just, it's an interesting thing too, because it's like, it's very, it feels like we're at the beginning of like whatever happens when Terminator is coming. Or like a Demolition Man type movie. It feels like this is the ground floor of like our society turning into that really soon.
Well, you got to remember, corporations can only get so big. Do you know what I'm saying? We dumped $7 trillion during COVID into this machine, right?
Yeah.
And somehow
printed money.
Yeah. And somehow the next quarter, they still went up.
Yeah. That's the thing I don't understand is like, I mean, you know, this like during COVID, it was like, there was not a housing crash. There was a housing boom.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is corporations can only get so big before there's only one other way to expand. And now that they're almost to the size of government, the only thing left to do is to take over government.
Which they're doing.
And that's
they're
what's
so intertwined.
happening.
Yeah, all these corporate... like
private funding of the military?
Wild.
Like...
wild. Crazy.
And did you see who that person was?
I did not. I didn't see that. I know it was anonymous.
Just look into it.
No, who was it?
It's I forgot his name, and I want to be correct.
Right.
I
saw that it was
but look at him and the ties. It's the same kind of thing.
Jesus.
But what's nuts about that is it's a PR stunt because, you know, $200 billion or $1 million is going to pay maybe a tenth of our military for a week.